How's it going, friends? Today I want to talk about a habit that I'm building in 2021 that I think is pretty cool, and I'm really gonna be glad that I did when I get to the end of the year. Now, I forget where I'd heard about this. It was probably one of those productivity YouTubers. The concept is pretty simple. It's called life homework. So I'm a big fan of like journaling, putting my thoughts on paper, and all that sort of stuff, but recently I found it pretty difficult to keep up with keeping a full journal where I'm like writing whole entries every day. I think journaling is a great habit, and I wish I did it more, but it's one of those things that every time I've tried to be consistent about it, it hasn't really worked out, and I'm better off just sort of writing down things as they come to mind. So life homework, on the other hand, is like the most basic atomic version of journaling. And essentially all it is you have a little notebook or a Google Doc or whatever you want, and every day you enter in a couple words, maybe a sentence or two, about the most memorable thing that happened during that day. It's not something that's like really complex or mind-blowing, but I think it's going to be really meaningful once I get to the end of the year and see just all the memorable stuff from this year, and it's something that I wish I knew about in 2020. So I was recently watching a Vsauce video about time, all the complexities of time. It's like there's so much to talk about with it, and I forget all the stuff that was covered in that video except for this one principle where the less things happen in an amount of time, the longer it feels while you're living it, but the shorter it feels when you're looking back at it. So emptiness ends up being like pretty compressed and small in your memory. On the other hand, things that are like full of memories, action-packed, tend to go by really fast when you're experiencing them, but when you look back at them, they seem to take up a larger proportion of your memory because so many things happened and you like actually want to remember the things that happened. Looking back at 2020, it was a lot of that first thing where I felt like not a lot was happening day to day, so it felt really long, but looking back at it, it just feels really small. So there was so much emptiness there that my brain just cut out. And I want to avoid that happening during 2021, regardless of the COVID situation, regardless of what goes on in the world. I want to feel like this year was full and memorable and worth experiencing. So I picked up this little notebook and I wrote Life Homework 2021 right on the front, and that's what I've been doing for the first 27 days so far. I've written down something memorable every day that happened. Already, the things I've written down in here have helped me remember stuff better. Well, of course, you wrote it down. Of course you're gonna remember it. And that's exactly the function of it. I wasn't writing stuff down before. So yeah, I'm excited to see how full this book gets by the end of the year. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun looking back at it and seeing all the memories along the way. So look forward to an end of year video where I go through this. I feel like that would be a really fun one. Let me know if you try this out too. I would love to hear about your experiences doing life homework. I feel like this is something that could totally catch on and have so many people doing it if more people knew about it. So yeah, here's to a better 2021, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.